Okay, so we have 19 official mother tongues used as medium of instruction in schools. So these are the 19. So DepEd Order number 16, series of 2012, introduced the first set of 12 mother tongues. And then in 2013, 7 more mother tongues were added as medium of instruction in schools. So we have been implementing MTB MLE for 3 years already. So we're on our 3rd year of the nationwide implementation, aside of course from the pioneering or pilot schools for MTB MLE. So the Assessment Curriculum and Technology Research Center is currently conducting a research project entitled Understanding Best Practices in MTB MLE in the Philippines. So basically, this research project aims to understand and investigate the best practices in teaching in the mother tongue. So the study is a 3-phase study. So we are currently on our 2nd phase. So let's first try to discuss or to present to you the first phase of the study. So the first phase of the study was conducted in October to May 2014. We visited 8 schools. We conducted interviews, school observations, and school visits in the 8 schools. So basically, our goal is to identify the challenges the teachers face and the strategies as well that they use in coping with the problems that they encounter in teaching in the mother tongue. So with these 8 schools, with the data that we got from these 8 schools, you were able to create a tool. So this is a questionnaire for mother tongue teachers and principals. So we are currently on our 2nd phase. So the 2nd phase is a nationwide survey composed of 200 schools. So it involved 200 schools, and it's currently undergoing. So I have been very makulit. So, naging makulit kami, yung MTB MLE research team sa pagko-contact ng mga coordinators, supervisors, and teachers for this particular survey. So, I have met some of the teachers and supervisors na nakausap ko lang through phone. So, I would like to thank all of you for being very supportive and cooperative in our in this particular endeavor. So, the survey of 200 schools, yung goal niya is for us to be able to determine or to have 4 schools for us to have a case study on. So these 4 schools are what we call the successful schools, or the schools that have been implementing MTB MLE program very effectively. So out of the 200, we will choose 4 schools for the case studies. So we hope that that your school will be one of the 4 that you will be able to choose for the case studies. Okay, so since the implementation of MTB MLE, we know that we have been encountering a lot of problems and challenges, right? So maraming mga comments na negative, yung iba naman positive, but we will not dwell on the problems and the challenges. So for this morning, we will be dwelling on the strategies, the promising strategies, or the effective strategies that the teachers, coordinators, and principals have reported. Okay? So these strategies are divided into 4 categories or dimensions. So the first is with regards program. So it includes dynamics, logistics, and the implementation beyond the classroom level. So this could mean school level, division, or regional, or nationwide level. And then materials. So we have the development and production of lesson or instructional materials. And then language, the status and the nature of the mother tongue, as well as it touches on the perceptions and beliefs about the mother tongue. And then for instruction, so we have teaching strategies and classroom practices. So we will be giving you handouts or booklets for the strategies that we'll be presenting. And maybe you can just jot down the strategies that you have been employing or using, or those strategies that you think would be very useful in your context. Okay, so first, let's go to program. So these are the strategies employed by coordinators and school heads in implementing the MTB MLE. So, peer coaching. For example, a teacher who is not very fluent or proficient in the mother tongue would ask the help of a senior teacher who is more fluent in the mother tongue in, for example, unlocking difficult terms or unfamiliar terms in the mother tongue. Such as, for example, if I am a Hiligaynon teacher and I do not know what higugma is, so I would ask an older teacher or a teacher who is more proficient in the mother tongue and ask her, what is higugma? Okay, so maybe the teacher can say, pagpalanga or love. And then another strategy would be the principal would have classroom observations and there will be post-conferences for the mother tongue teachers, and also there is what we call the SLAC or the School Learning Action Cell, at which if I, for example, attended this forum and then next week, I will be echoing what I have learned in this particular training. And then there are also school-based training workshops in the reproduction of MTB MLE instructional materials, and also meetings to identify similar competencies in the mother tongue and the Filipino subject, especially in Tagalog areas. Basically, the Tagalog mother tongue subject and the Filipino subject have similar competencies, and teachers do not always know what the difference is between Tagalog and Filipino. So there were meetings conducted by supervisors to be able to address this particular issue. And also, there is an orientation in the Hiligaynon orthography and the bridging process conducted by some school principals. So maybe some school principals can also do the same. So conduct an orientation on the Waray, orthography, and other mother tongues. So we can really see how resourceful the principals and the coordinators are in helping the teachers in their MTB MLE implementation in the classroom. So some school level initiatives are mentoring or instructional supervision, and also some principals and coordinators would introduce the teachers to what we call the LRMDS portal. So because most teachers would say that they do not have enough materials for them to use in their mother tongue teaching. So one way to address that is, of course, to make them familiar with the LRMDS for where they are able to acquire or get some materials in the mother tongue. And also, there are remedial classes conducted by teachers, of course, with the supervision of the principals, and also summer reading programs for the non-readers or slow readers in MT. And also, one very important strategy or effective strategy is conducting academic competitions in the mother tongue. So since we teach the children using the mother tongue, we might also as well give assessment and competitions in the mother tongue. Another very effective approach, especially in linguistically diverse contexts, or contexts wherein two or more mother tongues are spoken by the pupils, is the use of the language mapping data. So have you done language mapping? Okay, and in language mapping, we might, for example, see that for example, in Pangasinan, very few of our students actually speak Pangasinan. So maybe most of them, 90% of them speak Tagalog, and only 10% speak Ilocano or Iloco, and none of them speak Pangasinan. So that is the importance of the language mapping data. And DepEd, of course, would ask us to do language mapping data. So that is not just to know what languages people speak or students speak, but it is also actually a tool for us to be able to implement MTB MLE effectively. So, for example, if you have a language mapping data and you found out that your students speak different languages, you might be able to make certain strategies, such as, for example, in some schools, they combine pupils, such as in one classroom, there are Iloco and Pangasinan speakers. And then, the LMs that are given to them for Iloco students or for Iloco speakers, Iloco din na LM. Sa mga Pangasinan, Pangasinan din. And then they are assigned a multilingual teacher. A teacher can speak in Iloco, and a teacher also who can speak in Pangasinan. Okay, so another way is to have different sections for the different mother tongues, such as one section would be taught in Iloco because most of them are Iloco speakers, and then another section would be taught in Pangasinan. Or in other linguistically diverse areas, such as in Lanao, wherein there were 6 languages spoken by pupils. Merong Hiligaynon, may Maranao, may Maguindanaon, may Bisaya, may Tagalog. So what they do is, they use Tagalog, which is the dominant language in the community, as their medium of instruction. So actually, using the language mapping data effectively would also depend on a number of reasons, such as, for example, the resources available in the school. If you have multilingual teachers, so you are able to form multilingual classes, or you are able to have a multilingual class. But if, for example, you do not have, thank you. So, for example, if you do not have a multilingual teacher, so you may divide or section your students depending on their mother tongues. Also, a strong linkage between the school and the division and the regional offices is a very effective strategy, especially for pilot schools and also other schools that are having challenges or problems in their implementation of MTB MLE. Because, for example, as a teacher, I do not know how I would teach the mother tongue subject. So I can just text my supervisor and ask her a few questions. And also the supervisor would say, I have materials, so I can just send them to you. So a strong linkage between the school, the division, and the regional offices is very important. So dapat friends kayo dun sa mga supervisors ninyo. Okay? Next one is community involvement. So there are a lot of strategies that involve parents and community members. So one of them is telling or advising the parents that they should talk to their children using the mother tongue. Because, diba, most parents would teach their children Tagalog, even if they are in a non-Tagalog area. So, as parents, teaching your students the mother tongue, talking to them using the mother tongue, can actually improve their vocabulary or their BICs, for example, in the mother tongue. And when they go to school, they are used to hearing and using the mother tongue. So another one is having a parent-teacher tandem. So do you have this particular strategy or do you use this strategy in school? Okay, so anong ibig sabihin ng parent-teacher tandem? Such as, for example, I am a mother tongue teacher and I am not very fluent in, let's say, Waray, which is the mother tongue used in school. So I would ask a parent, maybe an educated parent or a parent that is proficient in the mother tongue, to help me unlock the difficult or the unfamiliar terms in my TG or in the LM so that when I present or when I discuss in class, I would be able to discuss the terms well or the lessons well to the pupils. And then NGO support. For example, this was a strategy in Boracay. So NGO support for slow learners and non-readers in the mother tongue and in the L2, which is, in their case, is Filipino. And there are also quarterly PTAs that serve as advocacy programs by the school. So the school heads would involve the parents in some projects, for example, especially in MTB MLE. Okay, so we will entertain some questions later. So next dimension is materials. So most of us, from teachers to school principals to coordinators, would always say that they do not have enough materials, or there are no materials, or materials are delivered late. So we cannot wait forever for the materials to come, right? So what we have to do is to think of ways at which we would be able to still teach the mother tongue, or teach in mother tongue, even if we do not have enough materials. So an example of which is using mother tongue materials that are already available, such as, for example, mother tongue dictionaries. Do you have mother tongue dictionaries in school? Sino yung may mother tongue dictionaries in school? Okay. Okay, so only a few. So if the mother tongue you are using in school is an official mother tongue, most likely you would have a dictionary in mother tongue. Also, the use of orthography and spelling guides. So the 19 languages would either have an ongoing orthography or already has an official orthography. And then, we can also use local magazines written in mother tongue. So an example in the Ilocos region is the use of Banawag. Are you familiar with Banawag? Okay, yes, Liwayway. I think there is also Hiligaynon and Bisaya, local magazines. So the use of these local magazines are actually very helpful, especially if we do not yet have a material written in the mother tongue. And also, we can share these resources with fellow teachers or with other schools. So actually, teachers have been very resourceful in finding or in acquiring materials, such as if I'm from Iloilo City and I do not have any material in Hiligaynon, I would go to Leganes maybe and then ask for a teacher for some materials. Or if I'm from Manawag, I would ask a teacher from Urdaneta who has a particular material in Pangasinan or in Iloco. So they would share resources or borrow resources from other schools. In cases where the mother tongue, in cases where the materials are written in a mother tongue that is the regional language, such as, for example, Bicol. However, I am a teacher in Masbate. So we use Minasbate. We do not know, or we are not fluent in Bicol, or we do not even understand Bicol. So what we do is we request for materials in Filipino or in Tagalog, because we can understand Tagalog better compared to Bicol. So that is also a very good strategy. So also, parents would tend to donate books, dictionaries, for example, and downloading of materials from the internet is also a very good strategy for us to be able to cope with the problem of not having enough materials. Okay, so next is material production. So teachers would always say that they use their own money in producing materials, diba? So kung isa lang yung LM na meron kami, anong gagawin ko? 30 yung students ko. So yung gagawin ko ay everyday magpapa-photocopy ako ng isang page na gagamitin ko sa klase. So kung 30 sila at 100 pages yung LM, so magkano na yon, diba? So medyo mahal siya. So but of course, teachers, because of their passion for teaching and for learning, and they are very concerned with for their students to be able to learn, so they would use their own resources, and they are able actually to sacrifice some of their resources for them to be able to teach. So also for some, the use of school funds or the MOOE for materials production. And also, a lot of coordinators would encourage the production of big books and small books. So sino dito yung may big books and small books written in the mother tongue? Sa school ninyo or sa division. So most of us actually meron na. And these are, of course, encouraged by our coordinators. Or sometimes, yung regional coordinator yung gumawa ng story, tapos yung pagguhit at yung pag-reproduce ng big books and small books are done in the division or school level. And also, in one linguistically diverse context, students who are, for example, Maranao, are asked to do or to make some small books and big books in their mother tongue with the help of their parents. And these are, of course, used for storytelling. So kung sa klase ko, meron akong Maranao, Hiligaynon, and Bisaya, each of those groups would make storybooks. And then we will use them in storytelling. And then also, there is collaboration regarding the production, the acquisition of instructional materials. So there are meetings conducted in sharing of ideas and materials among teachers and supervisors. And these are usually done beyond the Monday to Friday or beyond the 8 hours that you spend in school. So maybe you stay late or you go back to school on a Saturday just to make materials in mother tongue. And these are, of course, very effective and promising strategies for us to be able to cope with the challenges that we have with regards instructional materials. Okay, and the very important strategy or category or dimension of strategies with regards to materials is contextualization. What is contextualization?
I think in contextualization is actually not exactly translation, but what we understand about the context, and then we will write that one in our mother tongue.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Can anyone...
Good morning, everyone. Contextualization is not just translation, or it's not translation actually. It's actually making materials more relevant to the sociocultural dynamics of a certain community.
Okay, so the term there is relevant. So the materials that we use in teaching in the mother tongue should be relevant to the students and to the community Okay? So, for example, if I am from Iloilo, so I do not know or hindi ko nakikita ang Mount Apo sa Iloilo. Okay? So, instead of saying Mount Apo or Mount Arayat, ano ang gagamitin kong mountain? If I'm from Iloilo, so that is Mount Majaas, for example, or Mount Napulak, because it's in Iloilo or in Panay. So, yun yung pinakamalapit. Or kung wala talaga, hindi ako gagamit ng mountain. So, siguro sasabihin kong hill or nuno sa punso. Okay. So, you have to make these things relevant to the students as well as to the community. So, hindi ka magsasabi na Sinulog Festival kung ikaw ay taga-Iloilo. Sabihin mo, Dinagyang Festival. Kung ikaw ay taga-Aklan, gagamitin mo ang Ati-Atihan. Kung ikaw ay taga-Samar, anong fiesta or festival ang gagamitin mo? Banig Festival. Okay. So, yun po yung mga festivals na gagamitin. So, we should showcase the local culture and the local tradition when we talk about contextualization. And also, we can use technology. Okay, so we can use technology such as teachers would use their personal devices and gadget if the school has no or has limited resources, such as teachers would bring their own laptops, TV, for example, DVD players, for them to be able to show children some videos or films that could be very effective in teaching in the mother tongue. And also, the very important one, so that students would become more familiar with the mother tongue, and for them to be able to know more about the mother tongue, is the use of the print environment. So, in the classrooms, we have bulletin boards, right? And sa taas ng blackboard, merong dyan na letters of the alphabet, the shapes, the colors, the numbers. So they should be, or one effective strategy is to have them in the mother tongue. So instead of having 1, 2, 3, you might have usad, duha, talo, upat. Or isa, dua, tatlo, apat. Okay? So, also, instead of the ABC, maybe we can have the alphabet in the mother tongue. So, having a very rich linguistic environment or print environment in the mother tongue is a very effective strategy in mother tongue teaching.
Thank you, Leah. So Leah explained the 2 dimensions or the strategies under the 2 dimensions for the findings of the study. We have 10 minutes left, so I'll breeze through the remaining strategies for 2 other components, language and instruction. So for language, remember, Leah explained that what we classified under this would be strategies relating to the status and nature of the mother tongue. So if you're putting in efforts on developing, raising the status of the mother tongue rather in your own context, you're doing a strategy under the dimension of language. In one school in Masbate, okay, their mother tongue is still highly variable. So, hindi nila mapagkasunduan usa o isa o usad. Tama ba ako? Okay? Si Mel kasi nagpunta doon. So, what they did, of course, you have to, as teachers, decide which form has to be taught to your students, right? Usa, usad, isa. O, dapat, you can take it back pag malaman mong mali pala in the end. So they had a school-level standardization based on spelling, pronunciation, and word choice. Of course, bago mo yun ituro. And consultations were also done with the elder members of the community who are believed to be knowledgeable experts dapat in the mother tongue. Other things under the dimension component would be teachers who do not speak the mother tongue in the area exert effort to learn and speak in the mother tongue. We placed it under language, but since the study is still ongoing, we're getting data that are difficult to categorize, and they may even warrant the creation of a new dimension. So in the meantime, we've classified this under language. Strategy din naman po yun, di ba? Yung sinasabi ng mga teachers na ngayon, inaaral ko talaga ang mother tongue. Nagbabasa-basa talaga ako sa mother tongue bago magturo. And it's been an effective strategy for them. Teachers also noticed that some students do not use the academic variety of the mother tongue in school. Are we familiar with balbal or slang? Siyempre, hindi po yun ang variety ng mother tongue na gagamitin natin sa eskwelahan, di ba? Meron pong tamang variety na dapat gamitin sa eskwelahan. So teachers in Marinduque use on-the-spot correction and they model the academic variety that has to be used in school. In Ilocos, for example, if parents are not very familiar with the mother tongue, they find a way. They hire mother tongue speaking tutors to help their children. Parents are also relearning the mother tongue along with their children. So pag may assignment, kasama daw po silang natututo. Now, there are several strategies under instruction, and they are all featured in the booklets that we will be giving to you. So we will just flash some of these. So there are strategies on lesson planning, okay? There are several classroom activities. There are pronunciation drills because minsan yung pronunciation po ng mga bata ay hindi yung tamang pronunciation. So now that gets corrected in school. There's the use of pictures, realias, okay, unlocking of difficult words. Nasabi nila, ang mga may alam lang daw ay yung mga lolo at lola. Pues buhayin natin yung mga salitang ito at ituro sa bagong henerasyon. Okay? There are other classroom practices, and you will notice here on this slide that English is still used in some instances. Well, we must understand that we are in the early years of MTB implementation, and after a long time of implementing BEP, where English and Filipino are the medium of instruction, it is understandable that there may be some technical concepts that haven't been translated, di po ba, sa mother tongue. Hindi naman po kasalanan na gumamit ng English terms like orbit, for example, okay? Pwede pa rin naman po itong gamitin at kailangan lang po ay maintindihan ng teacher kung ano yung mga guidelines niya sa paggamit pa rin ng mga English terms or Filipino terms, for example. One good strategy here would be discussing similarities among the mother tongue, English, and Filipino. I want you to know that this is a good strategy because it raises the metalinguistic awareness of the pupils. Sasabihin, aso sa Filipino, dog in English, and ano ba sa wika ninyo? Iro, oo. So, nauunawaan ng bata na iba-iba ang salita para sa isang konsepto. At lahat ng wika, all the languages in the student's repertoire are used in learning. So you don't look as one or treat one as a kontrabida. Hindi dapat nag-aaway ang mga wika. Dapat magtulong-tulong sila para sa pagkatuto ng bata. Okay? Now, code switching, are we familiar with the term code switching? Now, this is a very natural phenomenon. This is a very natural practice, especially among bilinguals and multilinguals. In fact, parang mas mahirap po yatang isa lang para sa ating mga multilingual at bilingual. Parang mas mahirap yatang isa lang talaga yung gamitin mong wika sa pagsasalita. Parang mas natural sa atin yung mapaghalo natin sila. Okay. However, code switching chooses a particular context. Like, I think this discussion is not highly formal, and that's why I have been code switching too, and I've noticed that you've been code switching too. So, but if this were a forum, if this were a formal occasion, what do? We stick to one language only. Magpipilipino tayo, meron tayong mga hiram na wika sa English. Pwede rin siguro yun, ano? So, pinupili po ng okasyon ng code switching. At sa klase, nagko-code switch din ang guro. At ang mga estudyante din po ay nagko-code switch. At maayos naman po nilang naibibigay ang kanilang mga punto. I was surprised that, ang kasunod po ay technical term, translanguaging. Okay, can you write that down? What is, Google it later. Translanguaging. What does trans mean? So, okay. Transgender, medyo mainit siya ngayon, ano? Okay, transgender, pumunta ka na sa kabila. Okay? You went to the other side. Transport, nag-iba ng location. Ganyan, lumipat. Simply put, translanguaging would be the use of all the languages that the child knows, okay, in order to facilitate learning. Code switching is one simple strategy for translanguaging. Yung binigay na strategy kanina na nininame mo yung isang konsepto sa iba't ibang languages ay isang halimbawa ng translanguaging. Okay? So, natural po ito dapat dito sa atin sa Pilipinas dahil we are highly multilingual. Okay? You may want to read on translanguaging. This is a strategy with potential. And you know what? Teachers are doing it without really knowing that what they're doing is called translanguaging. Use of translation, grouping students according to their mother tongue, observed in Baguio. May mga sections po sila in Ilocos and so on. The use of Filipino as medium of instruction in linguistically diverse contexts is something that we may want to study and check the potential of. Sa kanila po, kung saan sa isang klase, I was so amazed in Wao, Bukidnon, sa isang klase, meron pong mga pupils na maliliit na grupo in class with 5 to 7 languages in one class. Oh, what will teacher do? Okay? So, what they do is they choose Filipino or Tagalog as their medium of instruction kasi yun daw po ang naiintindihan ng lahat. At ano ang ginagawa ni teacher? It is likely that there are multilingual teachers in a multilingual context, right? Natututunan din nila yung iba't iba pang wika. Ang ginagawa ni teacher, i-explain daw po niya sa lahat ng wika ng bata yung lesson. So medyo taxing on teacher's part. At minsan din, nagsa-strategize si teacher, tatawag siya nung marunong magsalita nung wikang yon at magaling, nakaintindi siya yung mag-i-explain sa klase nila para hindi siya lang naman yung laging nagsasalita at pagod. So these teachers in linguistically diverse contexts are developing various strategies for implementation. Okay? Sige, skip pa tayo, Leia. Okay? Nabanggit na din yan for materials. Okay? Ngayon, lahat naman, wag po kayong mag-alala. Meron po yan sa booklet. We just don't have enough time. And we want you to, again, reflect. And this is the last reflection session for this session on MTB, MLE. We've gone through several strategies. At this point, perhaps we can give them the booklet, okay, para makapag-browse sila. Which among the strategies are you also doing in your school? And we have visited some of your schools. How effective are these strategies? Which among the presented strategies are you interested in implementing in your school and why? Okay? Also, lalo na kami ni Leia, we're interested to know if there's any strategy that you're doing which isn't featured yet, okay, on the slides. Baka magandang maisama or malaman namin to kasi ang importante ay ma-share ito tulad ng nangyayari ngayon sa mas marami pang tao. So how can program implementation with regard to materials, instruction, language, and program be improved in your own school or division? There are 4 components, right? You may be very good in 3 or 2 out of 4, and 1 may be a big problem to you, okay? So would you want to concentrate on one particular dimension because you believe that it will trigger the success, okay, for all the other components? So please write your answers in dot points, okay, in bullet points. And let's listen to 2 participants who could share their answers with the big group. At this point, since we're not yet done with the research, we label them as promising strategies, okay? Although some have been really described by the stakeholders as effective. When we reach phase 3, we would really want to present to you like tested best practices based on 4 cases of schools found in different places in the country, okay? And we hope to see you when we have phase 3. So wag na po nating patagalin. Who would want to share his or her answers to some of the reflection points? Ma'am. Ayan po ang mic. Name po and station.
Good. I'm Mrs. Emmy Borja from Region 5 Albay Division. Actually, our school is one of the pilot schools of this mother tongue implementation. All those you have shared, actually, lahat yun ginagawa na namin.
Okay, very good.
Okay. And ang hindi ko lang ang meron kaming isang practice na ngayon lang namin sinimulan, yung every last Friday of the month, kinukuha namin yung mga junior Girl Scouts na sila ang magbabasa sa mga pupils namin sa grade 1. Grade 1, 2, and 3.
In the mother tongue.
Opo.
So after class, meron kayong extra or co-curricular
meron
activity?
Po.
Aha.
Opo.
May
And
pangalan po kayo para sa aktibidad na yun?
Yung ginamit lang namin ngayon na term, yung simple pa lang, ang ginamit namin assist a reader.
Oh, okay.
Ayan.
Sige po. And mother tongue reading
Mother
ito.
tongue po.
Oh.
And also, meron din kami yung parent namin ang ini-invite.
Resource speaker.
Yes. Hindi, sila yung mag-i-storytelling.
Ah, okay,
Mag-i-storytell yung parent. meron din sila in Bicol din.
Yes,
And
dapat.
kinukuha namin yung mga parents na medyo matatanda na. Kung my grandmother or grandfather, mas maganda.
Wow, okay.
Yun.
Kasi yun naman po ang nakakaalam nung yung
Okay.
expert
In
natin
Bicol,
sa-
we say that mga istoryang suanoy.
Oh,
Okay, yun ang sabi namin. Mga istoryang suanoy, kansamuyang mga lola or lola.
Ano po ang
Yan.
estoano eh?
Old stories.
Oo, dapat terno.
Yun, opo.
So, ang lolo, para feel na feel ang
Opo, meron
pag-ano. Okay, so,
And
Leia, I think is writing
we have
it down.
also, at this time, we have 2 classrooms na talagang Bicol classroom. Okay, so printed na po talaga sila, naka-mural, yung alphabet, letters, and some short nursery rhymes na talagang nandoon sa classroom, Bicol classroom. Mayroon na po kaming 2 sa grade 1.
At sana dumami pa po
Opo.
na
And
dumami.
every Thursday naman, yung mga teachers naman, dahil we are 9 grade 1 teachers, meron kaming monthly circle namin na kung saan dapat sabay-sabay naman pinag-aaralan namin yung TGs and LMs.
Oo, baka, Leia, maganda
Okay.
tayong
Okay, pinag-aaralan namin para sabay-sabay yung pagtuturo namin.
Ayan
At
na
kung
yung
may,
professional
halimbawa,
development.
may napansin akong mali or hindi swak yung TG and LMs, isi-share namin para talagang pare-parehas ang pagtuturo namin.
Wow, ma'am, salamat po.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. From Caraga Region, I'm Liway. Sa amin po, ma'am, I am from Bayogan City, Magusan del Sur, part of Caraga. We're our multilingual din tong community namin. We have Manobo as the cultural language, Manobo. Then the academic for mother tongue is Sinugbuan ng Binisaya. And so, what we did we have, just this school year, we conceptualized a program, building a reading community, in which yung library ng school, ng classroom, ipinalabas namin doon sa community. Na each barangay, we're challenging each barangay to have a community library na kung saan mayroong mga stories doon, mga kwento in trilingual. May naisulat sa Bisaya, Sinugbuan ng Binisaya, Filipino, and English. At ang mga storyang yon ay tungkol sa, una, nag-umpisa kami sa pagsulat ng mga local literature ng kanilang barangay. Nag-umpisa kami sa alamat ng kanilang barangay, mga pasalin-salin na kwento sa kanilang barangay, mga tula na tungkol sa kanilang barangay. Upang doon, ang gumawa nito ay ang mga guro. It is written by the teachers. And naumpisahan na po namin yun ngayon. At yung mga kwento na yan ay ginagamit na pantulong doon sa literacy development mula kindergarten hanggang grade 6. So yung tinatawag namin, meron din kami isang big culmination ng program na yan ay yung Reading in the Park, in which meron kaming ini-schedule na bawat agency ng government mag-share sila ng kwento tungkol sa kanilang program. Yes. Halimbawa, yung health. Kapag health, sila yung mag-sponsor sa July kasi Nutrition Month. Pag October, DSWD. Sila yung mag-sponsor tungkol doon sa mga kwento. But we are still working it out, the concept, and we're sharing it with our local government. And they are very positive on that. In fact, they are starting to build up a city library kasi bago yung lugar namin is a newly declared city, yung sa Laban-Bawi ng 16 municipalities. Loaded kami doon. So we are conceptualizing it now and we're starting, as in last June, crafting the stories. And we have 43 barangays. So as of now, we have 43 different alamats or legends and kwentong bayan. Yan na. So another is I want to share also these insights in learning I have got last October 11, before coming here. One episode of GME featured on Mandaya culture in Bukidnon. Meron doon yung isang Mandaya, i-interview siya. Parang hinahanap niya yung saan na ba yung katutubong wika natin. Kasi sa kanya, yung mga apo daw niya, hindi na marunong magmandaya. Kasi na-immerse na doon sa Cebuano, Sinugbuanong Binisaya, kasi yun ang common the language. Sabi niya, mandaya is mandaya. Kailangan daw ibalik. At isa sa mga nakita doon, I would like to capture or to quote, na isang dahilan daw ng unti-unting pagkawala o pagkamatay ng mga cultural ba yun? Ng mga lingwahe ay dahilan sa edukasyon. It is education daw ang isa sa mga dahilan na unti-unting nawala kasi hindi na nagamit kasi sa loob ng classroom. And now, yun ang nakuha ko. And so now, nakita na ano ko dun sa lecture natin, I would like to communicate na it is now also, education is trying to revive kung yung nakita nila, na yung edukasyon ng dahilan ng unti-unting pagkawala ng mga oo nga, di ba? Kasi pag manobo, hindi na ginagamit sa classroom. Mandaya, hindi na ginagamit sa classroom. So, paano ito gagamitin ng mga bata? Paano nila, cultural lingwahe nila? So, ngayon naman, sa program natin sa MTB, MLE, binubuhay muli ng edukasyon yung mga unti-unti nang namamatay ng mga lingwahe. So, I am a pro-MTB ever since. Kasi po, 1998, nag-umpisa na po akong mag-aral ng mga doon sa MTB kasi ito yung study ko. So, yun na nga, yung isang nakita ko na yung edukasyon daw ang dahilan ng pagkaunti-unting pagkamatay ng mga lingwahe. So, ngayon naman sa atin ngayon, edukasyon ang bumubuhay muli ng mga lingwaheng unti-unti nang namamatay at nawawala. Magandang umaga po.
That's a good point, Ma'am. So, hindi po mina-marginalize ng MTB, MLE, yung mga estudyante na they're part of the minority or they speak a minority language. Okay? Because they have to be given not space here in the mother tongue program. So, nakakatuwa po yung mga insights nila. And indeed, they are new. I like how the community is so much involved in the program. And that's how it really should be. Let's reflect. Maybe the reason why we are so burdened by this program is because the school is doing it by itself. The teachers are doing this by themselves. What the difference of MTB, MLE from other education programs is that it's a community project. It's not just a school program. Let's involve the community in this program. Napakaganda po pag isasama natin ang mga parents at ang iba pang miyembro ng community. And you know what we think? You have a great role to play in integrating the program with other programs in the community. It is not right to have the information stay with you. You have to find a way to share the information that you've learned this morning from Leah and me. Share the information with your colleagues, with parents, and with other people in your community. If we don't believe in MTB, MLE, then who will, right? So let's make it work for the Philippines. Our email addresses are posted here, projected rather. Feel free to contact us if you think there's something that you can share with the team. You can also visit the website for the project using that link. And you may also want to visit the website of the center. So, muli maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat at sana mas ma-inspire po tayo na mag-implement ng MTB MLE sa ating mga stations. Salamat po.